So the first thing I need to do is get to work on the filling. Now I am doing a cranberry filling for these because this is gonna double up as the cranberry sauce you put on your table. So not only am I helping with dessert, we're also helping with the actual table. So I've got 3 cups of cranberries here. You wanna use fresh or frozen. And I'm just gonna add those right on into a pot. Cranberry sauce is the easiest thing in the world to make, but if you wanted to buy it in a can, feel free to buy it in a can, that's totally fine. You can also switch this out with other types of jam as well. You just want about a cup. I'm gonna go into there with about a cup of sugar. Now the sugar is gonna help that pectin develop and make this really nice and jammy and give you that cranberry sauce texture. In addition to that, I'm going in with a cup of water. So just pour that right on in. And you wanna bring that up to a simmer over medium heat. You wanna cook that for about, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes. And as those cranberries cook down, they're gonna start to burst. And as they burst, they're gonna let all of that beautiful pectin out. And you're gonna end up with something that looks like this. Beautiful cranberry sauce that we all know and love. Now I like some whole berries in mine, but you wanna give them a little bit of a mash just to give you that kind of texture you're looking for. Now I'm gonna set about a cup of this aside in a bowl, but the rest, you're just gonna put in a little container. You can pop it in the fridge. You're gonna tell everyone that you're bringing dessert, but you're also gonna bring the cranberry sauce, and everyone's gonna be like, Owen, you win Thanksgiving, which is a dream. All right, so about a cup is going into there. Now, if you are using store-bought cranberry sauce or just any sort of jam, or even just your own, I like to amp this up a little bit just to make it taste a little different, like we didn't just use the cranberry sauce from the table for the dessert. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of orange zest. Orange zest brings tons of flavor. I love the combination of orange and cranberry. It's a classic for a reason. But if you wanted to do this with any other type of jam, you could add a little lemon zest into there, like a raspberry jam with some lemon zest would be beautiful. This smells so good.
Yeah.
I am amped. Okay, add that on in. Give that a little bit of a stir to combine. And now, this is the easiest crust and topping you will ever make, I guarantee it. We are using a food processor to make the base and the top for these beautiful bars or this beautiful tart. So into my food processor, I'm gonna go in with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, I'm using an all-purpose flour gluten-free mix. My personal favorite is the Bob's Red Mill.
Yeah, we use it all the time.
It's so good. If you have another variety that you like, feel free to use that. But for me, this one has the nicest texture. It gives you the most kind of like classic flour texture. There's a good amount of quinoa flour in here, which gives you that texture, but not too much that it tastes kind of, I'm gonna say it, farty. Quinoa flour has a funky flavor, and it's not great. This has a good mixture of other flours to kind of cut through that, so it's really, really tasty. Some of them I find a little bit too starchy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A little too corn starchy.
Yeah.
All right, that's looking beautiful. Into there, I'm gonna go in with half a cup of brown sugar. Now, I love using brown sugar because it gives a little bit of that molassesy flavor. Super nice. Also helps bind things together. Then I'm gonna go in with half a cup of rolled oats. Now I'm using gluten-free rolled oats. Can Margaret do oats or no?
We get the gluten-free ones.
Gluten-free, perfect.
Yeah.
You can find these at most health food stores. Just make sure that the bag says gluten-free. And again, if you're not making these gluten-free, you can use regular flour, you can use whole wheat flour, whatever you'd like. Now into there as well, I'm going in with half a cup of shredded coconut because I love the flavor of coconut. If you wanted, you could swap this out and do ground almonds. That would be really nice as well. I'm gonna season that up with about half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a little pinch of salt, and then we need my very favorite ingredient this time of year that I'm never caught without, and in fact, it is exactly what this pocket is for on your pants. It is for nutmeg, everybody. Because what else fits in that pocket? Absolutely nothing. 1 loony or a nutmeg. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that nutmeg, tap that on in. Then I'm just gonna pulse this just to combine. Perfect. Now, for the wet ingredients, we're going in with a cup of melted coconut oil. You don't want to use the liquid coconut oil. You want to use the one that starts kind of firm and is white in the jar.
Why is that?
Because I find it firms up better once these cool.
Oh, okay,
if you were to use the liquidy one, it would kind of stay a little sloppy, which is not exactly what we want. Then I'm going to go in with half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, if I can get it open. Nice. Pop that right on in. And then I'm also going in with half a teaspoon of coconut extract. Now, coconut extract, I do measure because it is pretty strong. So just add that right on in. Pop that there. All I want to do now is blitz that just until it's combined. And it kind of looks sandy. So pretty much that's it. That's all you need to do. And that crust is done. What you would do now is you would get your pan. If you want to do these as squares, a 9-inch square pan's perfect. I'm doing a spring-form pan. You just want to spray it with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray, and then cut a little collar, just a strip out of parchment paper, just to line the sides. What you would do is pop about 2/3 of this into the bottom, press that in, put that beautiful cranberry sauce on top. That goes into a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes, and then you end up with something that looks like this. Now, if you are someone who is traveling, leave it in the pan. Do not take it out of the pan to travel. Just leave it in the pan. It will be perfect. But if you are not, just take it out, pop it onto a plate. You can serve it with a little bit of ice cream. You could serve it with a little bit of whatever. I'm going on with a little bit of powdered sugar. Now, Owen, will you do the honors, please?
Oh, please.
Okay, let's see if he likes it. I'm very scared right now. Margaret, hopefully Margaret and you like it. It's good, right? Yes! Okay, I feel like we won. I hope you and Margaret make this for Thanksgiving. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.